Hi guys, so for today I thought I'd talk about my favorite peptides and skincare products. And if you see these in your skincare products, there's a good reason to be happy because these are some of my favorites. So, number one, obviously, I'm going to guess you guys are going to know what number one is going to be. Copper peptides. I love them. They're great for wound healing. They're naturally found in the body, such as plasma, saliva, and urine. Kind of gross, but anyway. It has unique wound healing properties by stimulating the breakdown of unhealthy, too large collagen in scar tissue, and it stimulates the production of healthy collagen afterwards. So it's very nice, and you'll see it in a lot of different products. It's great for stimulating elastin, and there's a lot of studies that show it proves elasticity, clarity, firmness, and can also help reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, and even better, it can help with the production of hair follicles and enlarging the follicles. So, if you're looking at hair growth, copper peptides are something that are worth checking out. So, I've got a few favorites. My favorite that I love, my raw copper peptide powder, because you can mix that into anything. So, that's always worth checking out. The ordinary multi-peptide serum with copper peptides, lovely, $32. Really nice serum, easy to fit into your routine. Well, it's a little high maintenance in your routine, to be honest, but it's worth it if you ever do microneedling or office treatments. It's a nice follow up and helps your skin heal quickly. Next up is the NIOD copper amino isolate lipid, which is lovely. It's got squalane in there, bisabolol, algae. It's really nice. It's expensive though. I didn't realize it had crept up to $93. When I reviewed it initially, I believe it was $73. That was 4 years ago. So obviously the price has crept up since then, or I got a really good deal somehow. I'm not sure which one, but it's expensive, although a little bit of it goes a long way. How much is this? Is the half an ounce size. So yeah, it's expensive. So if you're on a budget, that's not going to be the most friendly one. The Theramid copper peptide serum contains 3% copper peptides. This one's $45, although this is the large size that I got for during the holidays. For Black Friday, they make extra large size of a lot of their products, so this is the bigger size. But it also contains Bifida ferment, sodium hyaluronate, and Bacillus folic acid ferment, and it's really lovely. So if you're a numbers person, the 3% is probably the max where you want to go with copper peptides. 1% is great. 3% is probably the top level. You don't want to do too much copper peptides because it can lead to a case of what they call the copper peptide uglies. I didn't make that up, but somebody did. So you don't want that. Okay, next up is the SNAP 8 peptide, also known as Acetyl Octapeptide-3, which is the newest botox in a bottle peptide. It's similar to Argireline, which I'll also talk about, but it's claimed to influence the muscle contraction process that results in more relaxed and line-free face, especially on the forehead and eyes. It's been studied alongside Argireline and maybe even better at reducing the appearance of wrinkles. It's not a collagen building peptide, but rather an ingredient that slows structural aging. And a few favorites, the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Refining Serum is really nice. Fragrance-free gel serum. I love this stuff. It's now in a glass bottle. Used to be in plastic. It's a little bit heavier now. The next up is the Numbuzin NAD Bio-Lifting Sil Essence, which is lovely. I love this new product. I cannot wait to do my full review of it. It's just so delightful to use. And it also has a lot of other good ingredients, such as astaxanthin, NAD, resveratrol. And when we're talking about peptides, it's got a ton of other peptides as well. So if you're into peptides, this stuff is really nice and it has a really nice texture to it. There we go. Really nice product. Okay, next up is the Ghost Democracy Peptide Packed Hydrating Face Mist. You can see I'm almost finished with mine. This stuff is really nice. It also contains an algae. It also contains the Matrixyl 3000 peptide duo, turmeric, basil. This stuff is really nice, and it's got such a fine mist. I don't know. You can use it really easily, so there we go. Okay, next up is Argireline, which I kind of just mentioned. That is the original Botox in a bottle peptide targeting the same wrinkle forming mechanism facial movements that Botox does. Studies have shown this ingredient is proved to reduce wrinkle depth and wrinkle length, while at the same time increasing moisture levels deep in the skin. And I've got some favorites. This one's pretty budget friendly. The CosRX 6 Peptide Skin Booster, which is about 16 bucks. It's very liquidy. The bottle is gigantic. It also contains a ton of amino acids, allantoin, sodium hyaluronate. I'm not sure exactly how much. They mentioned parts per million. It's so affordable. I have a hard time thinking there's a whole ton of the peptides in here, but perhaps. Sometimes when there's a little bit more affordable, you just don't really know how much of it they put in there. But next up is the Peach and Lily Copper Peptide Pro Firming Serum, which is 49 bucks, so a little more expensive. It also contains collagen, several amino acids, mushroom, turmeric, watermelon, and obviously copper peptides as well. And then next up is the Neogen High-R Exosome Cream, which is 21 bucks. This one's lovely. I've just repurchased it again for probably the fourth time now. This one also contains resveratrol, several amino acids, vitamin E, and centella exosomes. Okay, next up is my fourth favorite peptide, which is epidermal growth factor, also known as oligopeptide 1. Epidermal growth factor is a tiny peptide that stimulates cell growth, proliferation, and wound healing. It's supposed to mimic the human epidermal growth factor, and when used in skincare, it has been shown to improve the appearance of fine lines, skin texture, and pore size with continued use for at least 3 months. So commit to doing it for at least 3 months. It's hard to be consistent and committed, but if you're going to want the good results, you have to be committed. It's worth trying. But if you have a family history of skin cancer or personal history, do some research first before you decide to use it, because it's still a pretty new ingredient. It was found in about 1986. So copper peptides were found in the 70s. This was found in the mid 80s. So it's still relatively young. And I think you probably will want to do some research on it if you have skin cancer and things like that. So okay, so for some favorites, I've got the Claire's Midnight Blue Youth Activating Drop, which is $21. Also contains blueberry and chamomile, and it's really nice watery texture, very affordable. Next up is the Theramid Dermapeptide Serum, which is 33 bucks. This one also contains soybean seed, sodium hyaluronate, and vitamin E, and it's also got a ton of peptides. It says 22% peptides, but I think they recently might have changed this to 35%, maybe. I'm going to have to check. I feel like they upped the ingredient list, but I'm going to check on that. Next up is the Stratia Skin Interface Cream, which is 27 bucks. It also contains squalane, panthenol, rosehip oil, as well as a ton of other good peptides. Next up is the Sashu We Occlusive Intense Overnight Moisturizer, which is $28. This one also contains castor seed oil, rosehip oil, shea butter, and Bacillus folic acid ferment. It's a really nice nighttime moisturizer. And then last but not least is the Matrixyl 3000 Peptide Duo, which is a combination of 2 different peptides that can help strengthen the skin barrier. The Peptide Duo can also slow the degradation of collagen to slow the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. And they say with use for over 2 months, studies show the Matrixyl 3000 Peptide Duo helps decrease the appearance of fine lines, wrinkle depth, and wrinkle length. It also helps with texture, elasticity, and skin tone. And some favorites. Paula's Choice, again, very expensive. I didn't realize it until I went to talk about this product. This is 20 milliliters or 2/3 of an ounce, and it's 59 bucks. I don't know when it got so expensive. I don't remember it being this expensive when it first came out. Actually, I think I picked up this bottle from TJ Maxx for like 10 bucks. But anyway, it also contains yeast ferment, apple extract, and bacillus ferment. Next up is the Dermatology Peptide Night Cream, which is 34 bucks. This one also contains ceramides, shea butter, vitamin E, and allantoin. We've got the Acure Radically Rejuvenating Whipped Night Cream, which is $22. This used to be at Ulta. It's not anymore. Don't know why. Contains marula oil, ferulic acid, and ascorbyl glucoside. And then last but not least is the Medicate Liquid Peptide Serum, which is $66. Also contains panthenol, sodium hyaluronate, and carnosine peptide. So those are some of my favorite peptides and favorite coordinating products. So if you're looking for overall peptides, and that's your main concern to get the products with the most peptides, the ones I'm going to pick out are probably these three products because they contain some good peptides. They all contain a nice variety of peptides. So if you're looking for one that's got them all, these three are going to be my favorites and easy to fit in your routine. So especially the mist. So anyway, that's all I got for today. Leave a comment with your thoughts, and I will see you guys more. Like, subscribe, and share the video. And subscribe to the newsletter, and subscribe to the channel, and subscribe to the second channel. Okay, thanks so much.
Links in description.
Links in description. Thanks. Okay, there we go.
All right.